I've been able to get over 22,000 impressions for free and nearly 1,000 views on a very tiny website with barely any pages, and I'll show you exactly how you can do so just by posting about your favorite hobbies. By the way, if you're gonna try making money online or start a side hustle, you might as well do something related to your favorite hobbies.
Of course!
And this is, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways and most enjoyable ways to get started. Before we get started though, do me a very quick favor by gently, of course, smashing the like button for YouTube algorithm, and you can also consider subscribing to my channel for more cutting-edge videos about making money online and digital entrepreneurship just like this one. Plus, you can check out my investing channel for more insights as well. And with that, let's get started with the video. So first up, coming right over to my website, you can actually check out my newly revamped and updated free YouTube side hustle course, which is previously my ebook. So I've actually taken my ebook, which I'm no longer offering by the way, and just revamping it and updating and improving it and putting it right onto my website. As you can see, I have 3 posts right now. So here you can actually go and check it out, and this also happens to be the method I want to discuss today. And by the way, it's not going to stop at 3 parts, and I'm actually going to release part 4 very soon, with part 5 and part 6 likely coming out soon after as well. And I'm also going to be somewhat updating my website with other types of useful posts to make my website itself more of a type of evergreen content, which means if I actually am able to get organic traffic to my site through, say, Google search, which I actually am getting right now, if I actually build up more pages on it, it's not only going to make my website get more traffic, but I'm also going to be able to just set it aside even after I've created these posts and just have it sort of give me passive traffic and by extension passive income.
Nice!
So if I actually go over to my dashboard really quick, and by the way, this is the WordPress platform, you'll see that on the right here it says that 70% of my traffic is currently coming from organic search, which means stuff like Google search, right? And that's exactly what I want, although I haven't been getting, quite that many impressions and clicks just yet, but I believe it's doing quite well for the, sheer number of, or the very few number rather, of pages that I have on my site, right? It's probably less than 10 pages right now, or just about 10 pages. So I think I'm sort of on the right track, right? Considering if I actually am able to add a lot more pages, I should be getting a lot more traffic, right? Assuming that those pages are also attracting traffic, which they should, especially if they link to each other. And also, if I build up enough pages, I can actually apply for Google AdSense to actually earn additional ad revenue, on top of all the passive traffic I'm actually already driving to my YouTube channel, which is already monetized through ads. And I also have affiliate links that some people have been clicking on. I haven't been making that much money with them, if any, because of my sort of limited number of clicks right now, but in the future I'm hoping that will be more significant as well. So now let's actually get into my main shortcut, so to speak, strategy that I most recommend, and that is to actually base your content around your top performing pages, and also experimenting with different trends and topics until you hit sort of the jackpot and trying to focus on that, or having that drive traffic to your other pages. And what I mean is, for example, if we look at my pages and the traffic that they're getting, you'll notice that the vast majority of views are actually coming from one single page. So this is very similar to doing social media or YouTube, wherein some of your posts or some of your web pages, for example, not all of them will do that well, but you'll have a few that will go viral, right? Because of various ways of how search engines and these algorithms work, right? For example, on YouTube, you have specific videos on a channel that'll go super viral, and that'll then help drive the rest of your channel. So this is actually very similar, and this is also sort of a Google run analytics engine or system, right? So it actually makes sense. So what I've actually done is I did it, first of all, I started my website with a variety of topics, and when I landed on this one, or when I created this one called the Fiverr gigs, 20 easy freelance gigs anyone can do on Fiverr, which you can also check out on my website. This was the page that was actually ultimately getting me a ton of views. And in addition to that, I actually utilized another website to help me drive a lot of the traffic to this page, to my page, and also sort of help my page validate or get validation on the Google search engine, and thus boost its rankings within the search terms. And now to actually get started with this, one option is to do what I do and sign up for WordPress, which will cost you a little bit at $3.95 per month, which in my opinion is very affordable for being able to have your own domain, which is your own URL and web website, and also be able to customize it very easily using certain specific plugins, which will actually allow you to, make your website extremely easily just by literally dragging and dropping stuff, right? And just typing, whatever text you have to type. It's actually very, very easy to use, and I'll link up another tutorial below if you're interested in checking that out and just, seeing how easy it actually is. So I'll actually also leave a link to WordPress below if you're gonna, or Bluehost rather, which is actually the overall hosting website that'll actually allow you to have your WordPress platform for designing websites and also your own domain, right? So it's called Bluehost, which includes, the WordPress builder, as well as a free domain name for a year and some other perks, right? So I definitely recommend this. Oh, and you also get, in addition to that, like your own professional email, which can be helpful if you're going to be doing any sort of like email marketing and whatnot, right? Anyhow, this is one option. Another option to get started with a website is to use something like Blogger, and this is actually a Google-owned website or platform where you can actually create your own website on it as well, which is more of a blog-focused type of interface. But the great thing about using Blogger is that not only is it free, but you can also more easily rank on Google because it's owned by Google, right? Because sometimes Google will be a bit, or take a bit longer, or need a bit more data to rank certain websites. But for Blogger and websites that have better reputation, well, obviously because they own the domain, right? They own the platform. It's going to be a lot easier for them to sort of evaluate your content and potentially rank it on their search engine, right? Which is ultimately what you want. So Blogger is also a great way to get started. Plus, you can actually also get approved for Google AdSense, which will earn you the ability to put ads onto your website right on Blogger, right? And again, because it's owned by Google, it makes it much easier for websites on Blogger to get approved for AdSense. So this is another option. And yet another one is to use medium.com. And this is one that I would actually use in conjunction with WordPress or Blogger or whatever other, perhaps other website designer or host that you decide to use. But I would say that these two are these are two of the major ones. Well, there's also like Wix.com, right? But I've tried it before. It's actually quite decent, but I definitely prefer WordPress because of their higher customizability. And if you use the free version of WordPress, they actually have a watermark, which makes your website look a lot less professional. You also don't get to have your own domain if you don't pay, right? So the default is if you want to have your own website and domain URL, you do have to pay a fee, in which case Bluehost, in my opinion, will be your best option. Alright, if you have any questions about this stuff, be sure to comment down below and I'll be happy to answer them. On to step number 2. When you're looking for topics to create a website or blog about or to write about, first of all, definitely focus on what you enjoy and what you know, like your hobbies or your expertise, because that's always going to make this side hustle or project sustainable, right? For example, I've been doing articles on making money online and investing and things like building out a YouTube channel, right? Which I do quite enjoy doing. And plus, writing articles can seem a bit intimidating, obviously, because people feel like they have to do a lot of work or write really high quality articles and things like that to be able to rank on Google. But that's not entirely true, right? For example, this post right here, which again is my top performing page on my website by far, this is actually an extremely simple post, right? If I just scroll through it really quick, I have a few introductory paragraphs, right? In total, it's probably like 10 sentences, so it's quite short. And besides that, it's really just a list of, well, here specifically, I have gigs, a list of gigs that are easy to do on Fiverr, right? So people actually love lists, if you haven't noticed already, because if you actually search stuff up on Google, a lot of times if you're searching for like the best something, right? Or like the top whatever, right? You often find things like top 10, top 20, top whatever lists do really well on the Google search engine. That's because people love reading about them, and they're also very concise, right? People actually appreciate reading stuff that's concise and organized in a way that's easy to read and also not that long to read, right? So in other words, you don't necessarily have to write a lot to be able to create a quality, high demand, high search traffic article. For example, this is sort of proof of that, right? I literally just have a list of not only gigs you can do on Fiverr, but also the links to various, free tools that you can utilize to do some of these gigs, right? So again, it's obviously a helpful post for people who are looking for this type of content. So you definitely need to provide that value, right? For people to want to stick around and read your content, right? That also matters in terms of ranking on your, the algorithm. But essentially, you don't have to write a lot at all, right? As you can see from my post here, I wrote very little, but I just have like a somewhat like a 20 item long list. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for my post, right? So that's one way you can easily create posts. There are some other ways as well, right? You can do comparisons. I guess listen comparisons are already two great categories, right? Or you can do instructions, right? Like step 1, step 2, step 3. That could be pretty short and sweet as well, and also very useful, right? So you want to emphasize usefulness as well as sort of concision to create posts efficiently, if you want to do it that way, right? Obviously, you don't have to. If you're a great writer, you can write as much as you want, right? But again, do remember that people do appreciate that sort of concise, concise arrangements, organization, and also they appreciate that their time can be saved by having these bullet points and lists and things like that. Otherwise, when you're looking for topics to write about, I would actually, when you're first starting out, sort of experiment with several different but related topics within your niche, right? Or your hobby that you've picked, and you can actually use Google Trends to help you find out what's trending, right? If you need help with that. So for example, NFTs is a very hot topic right now, hence I'm creating videos on NFTs on my YouTube channel. I've been doing that lately, and they've actually been doing quite well, most of my videos. As you can see, for NFTs, this is probably going to be trending. Okay, it's trending quite well as of late, right? So this could be a potential topic to to focus on. If I actually refresh this, it should actually show us related. Okay, there's not related queries, but how about I change the search topic to NFT art, right? If you just type in something slightly more, let's see, specific, you might be able to find some related queries. So, okay, this is a bit weird. Maybe the system is like somewhat, overloaded or whatever right now. But usually at the bottom, it'll show you related topics that you can click on. So right now it's not showing for whatever reason, but usually at the bottom two windows here, they'll show you related search terms that are also doing really well, and also ones that are sort of popping off right now, so to speak. So you can definitely consider the two windows right below as well, right? The two boxes here. So Google Trends is a great way to find out, how certain topics and search terms are doing, and potentially incorporate those high demand, high traffic, popping off, increasing in search, traffic, search terms as the topics of your articles. Oh, and real quick, another power tip that I have for you is that when you're creating these, for example, lists or just different types of articles, you can also think about how you can, when you're deciding on a topic, incorporate certain affiliate links into your post, right? And affiliate links are basically links to certain products or services that people click on your link and buy something, make a purchase, you actually earn a commission from it. And one of the best examples of this is just to do Amazon Associates. You can sign up for free, and if it's not available in your country, there are also other options, right? Like eBay or whatever e-commerce platform you have in your country, or other types of affiliate programs that exist. There are actually a lot. You just do a quick search and you should be able to find some. Anyhow, with Amazon Associates, right, it gives you a lot of options for the types of products you can promote. For example, if you're doing an article on how to optimize or plan for your day or whatever, right, you can promote like planners, right, physical planners, or even digital download planners that can be very inexpensive and thus people might want to pick up, right? Usually sort of inexpensive items will work really well, but it kind of depends on your topic. So that's definitely something you can consider to potentially eke out a little bit more earnings. But also, besides that, notice on my page that I have these affiliate links on the side to like GetResponse and Bluehost website hosting. And mainly though, I also notably use my posts to promote YouTube videos, right? Because that's sort of my main thing. So for example, this post was actually by extension able to get me a ton more free views on YouTube. If we actually check out this very video on my channel, and if I just sort by popularity, we'll see that it actually has the most views. This exact video has the most views on my YouTube channel as well, right? So it definitely helps. They definitely help each other, and Google recognizes both my article and my video as being popular and sort of made both kind of viral, right? Especially my video has 340,000 views. So having this organic traffic come through an additional way other than just YouTube itself, for example, can be very beneficial to whatever you're promoting, right? Let's say you have an Instagram page you want to promote, you can link to that instead, right? But for me, it's worked really well to have these, YouTube being owned by Google, right? And Google search helping that as well. So it's sort of giving me sort of additional traffic to my YouTube videos, which again are monetized through ads, which will sort of indirectly, or I guess somewhat directly, right, give me some additional income that way. And now for a few hacks to help you shortcut your success of your website or blog, it's that first of all, again, you want to experiment with various topics, again, that are related within your niche that you enjoy writing about, but that are somewhat popular enough based on, some trend research, say on Google Trends. Once you have some articles out, you should look at your analytics, right? Whether it be through your WordPress dashboard or Blogger or Medium.com, because you'll have, again, if you use Medium, it's another blogging website, by the way, and you can actually have your article be on both platforms, Medium and Blogger, or Medium and WordPress, or whatever you use. And I'll explain that in a bit more depth later on. But essentially what you want to do is to check your analytics and look at which articles are performing the best. For example, it'll be even better if one starts going viral or semi-viral, right? And you can actually use that article to sort of focus in on similar topics or additional topics, follow-up topics from that article, which will be more likely to get more views as well. Right, so that's the first tip, is to experiment until you find a couple of winning articles or topics and really focus in on those to try to build out your traffic, organic traffic. And that's what happened with me, because I was able to leverage my one viral article and build out, I have a follow-up article here. So first of all, if I scroll all the way down, we have the 20 easy Fiverr gigs, right? If I just move myself real quick, it's got 16,000 views, quite a lot. This is Medium stats, by the way. And I actually made a follow-up article which currently has 800 views. Not quite as much, but again, it's actually doing decently for an article that didn't go viral, but in a similar topic, right? So if I were to do more articles in this topic, I should be able to get a few more views compared to some of the other topics, right? Because again, Google is sort of indexing and categorizing my website and my blog articles under my most popular page or pages. So that's my first tip. And secondly, what you're seeing here is medium.com, and this is actually my second tip, all right? And that's to, whether it be you're using WordPress through Bluehost or Blogger from Google, that'll be your main article posting platform or your main website. Your secondary website will be the free platform Medium.com, and there's actually a specific reason for using Medium. First, and the main one is that whenever you post an article on your website, you can actually post the exact same article on Medium. And Medium has this special function where, if I just show you my article here, and this is my best performing one, if I actually go into the article and I show you my settings, there's actually a way to drive Medium traffic, which again is yet another blogging website, and importantly, it's very actually highly reputed within the Google search algorithm, which means that Google really trusts Medium as a website, which means that articles on Medium have a higher chance or high chance of getting ranked on Google search, right? Because Google doesn't have to, scrutinize anything that's wrong with certain websites before they start indexing it. Medium already has a great reputation, which means it'll be easier to rank articles on Medium. And not only that, by having articles in both your main website and Medium, you can actually drive that reputation and traffic from Medium straight to your website, right? And that's actually done through a specific setting on Medium by after you post your article, as you can see here, like this one, for example. You want to go over to your settings, which is sort of subtle. It's actually accessed from the three dots right here. So if I click on it, you'll see that there's an option called story settings. You want to click on that, and after you do so, you can just scroll all the way down to where there's something called a, let's see, okay, they actually changed the name of it, which is interesting. So okay, never mind. It's actually let's see, it's right here. All right, so they didn't change the name of it, my mistake. So you want to actually go to advanced settings. So scroll all the way down to advanced settings, which will actually, if you open it up, it'll say there's a place to customize canonical link, and you want to check that the story was originally published elsewhere. And as you can see here, it says that when articles are published on more than one website, which is what I did, right, and which that I recommend you do, search engines use canonical links to determine and prioritize the ultimate source of content. In other words, Medium already has great reputation, and if you're already getting organic traffic on Medium, it'll actually in turn eventually drive that traffic to your original website as well, right? Which is obviously awesome. So it says here, if your article was originally published on another platform and you want search engines to index that article, which means that you rank them, right? Within Google, for example, search engines to index that article instead of this Medium story, you can set the canonical link here, right? And here I have my URL. And indeed, I am getting a lot of organic traffic, or a decent amount of organic traffic to my website, and I believe it's thanks in large part to me also having the article on Medium, and it actually first blowing up on Medium itself, which then sort of helped my reputation of my original website and article, and it has been getting decent organic traffic ever since, and that's just one single post. And lastly, for yet one more power tip to help you get more free traffic to your blog or website, and that's to use Quora.com, which is essentially a Q&A website where people can go on and post questions about stuff, and that you can actually search up the questions about whatever topic your website or blog is about, right? And then answer questions. For example, I've answered a whole bunch of questions related to, you know, digital entrepreneurship, and some of my answers, as you can see, have gotten hundreds of views. Again, your mileage might vary depending on the topic, but some of them have actually gotten up to thousands of views, which is pretty awesome as well. So I highly recommend Quora as another website to get you organic traffic to help you drive even more traffic to your blog, in addition to Google search and Medium and, you know, other platforms potentially, right? So Quora is a great way to get somewhat semi-evergreen traffic just by going on there and again answering questions. You do have to answer the questions sort of by delivering value instead of just blatantly, you know, marketing your website, right? Otherwise you might risk getting banned from the platform. So you definitely want to try a little bit. By the way, you can also use your phone, which is awesome. They have an app for it. So you can just, for example, in your free time, when you're outside waiting for a meal or something, you can actually just whip out your phone, get onto Quora, search for questions in your niche related to your specific blog articles, right? And then you go and answer them. And after answering the question, you can also post your link to your blog article or website article and just state that, you know, for additional information or resources, you can definitely come and check out my website. And that would be a way to, you know, be safe on Quora, or, you know, not get banned on Quora for promoting stuff because you're actually delivering value by answering the question. And with that, that is pretty much all I want to show you guys in today's video. Remember, you can also check out my website for my free YouTube side hustle guide, which is actually an improved version for my ebook. So even if you already downloaded my ebook previously, you should definitely check out my updated guide as well, because it has a ton of new and updated and better content. And currently there are 3 parts. Part 4 is coming out very soon, with part 5 and likely part 6 following suit. So you can definitely go and check that out on my website. Plus, I'm also going to be adding additional contents and pages to my website, not only about digital entrepreneurship and YouTubing, but also about investing, right? So definitely go and bookmark my website, and I hope it'll actually be able to get even more evergreen, you know, traffic from Google search, which is why I'm actually putting this renewed focus on my website, and also why I'm recommending you to do something similar. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what type of website or blog you would like to start in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.